we have black pieces here, we have white pieces here, and no, we're not getting ready to play chess. We are taking a look at two of the more popular rechargeable batteries here on Amazon. On one hand, we have our tried and true Panasonic Eneloop batteries, and here we have the very popular BONAI AA batteries. So the question is, which one should you go for, this or that? Let's take a look. So as a content creator, I definitely go through a lot of batteries. When we go out to shooting sites, we generally use AA batteries for a number of things. Number one is going to be our Sennheiser microphones that go on top of the camera. We use rechargeable batteries for our audio recorders, our bigger audio recorders, and then when I get home, and my label maker also uses rechargeable batteries, and then you hear this kid screaming, Mommy, Daddy, I need batteries for my newest toy, and you go through a whole bunch more AA batteries. Now, one of the ways of saving is by going with rechargeable batteries, but there's obviously a big difference between these two, so which one should you go for? Let's take a look. The first thing I'll basically say is that you need to come up and you need to determine the type of use that you're going to be using these batteries in. If you're a professional or you're using batteries in order to make money, whether as a photographer, videographer, content creator, whatever, then you generally would understand that you need to have good quality materials without spending too much money. But when it comes to batteries, these are generally going to be very, very, very good. So the Eneloop is pretty much the gold standard in rechargeable AA batteries. And when it comes to, I would say, mission critical situations, so let's say, for example, if I'm going out to a trade show and I need to put a microphone on top of a camera and I need to put a battery in here, which is going to, let's say, last 5, 8, 10 hours or whatever the battery is supposed to last, well, it's going to be a fairly simple choice. I'm going to put in the Eneloop batteries because I know it's going to last me pretty much what it's advertised to last me, or possibly even a little bit longer. I also know that if I'm going out with a recharger, these are generally not going to fail on me. Oftentimes, though, you might be in a position where it's not going to be mission critical and you just need a whole bunch of batteries. So let's say, for example, you just have a label maker at home and you're going to have it, but let's say, for example, if it fails, you're not losing money in that regard. And for those type of purposes, I do use the BONAI batteries such as these. Now, one of the cool parts about these batteries is that they are rechargeable. Generally, I haven't had any issues with BONAI AA batteries. I have had some issues with BONAI AAA batteries, and that's why generally when I go out to record, let's say, for example, I have one recorder that's going to require one battery, I'm going to bring at least 3 or 4 replacement AAA batteries. And one of the reasons why is, especially if you're using it in outdoor uses, even though these are advertised at 2600 milliamp hours versus the Eneloop is just 1900, a lot of the third-party batteries, they're not going to live up to the expectation or the advertised claims. So even with the higher ones, the other thing that you're going to find is the cells are a little bit more inferior. So in outdoor conditions, or especially when it's cold, these are going to drain significantly quicker. And that's why you're generally going to bring spares. So definitely something to keep in mind. Now, if let's say, for example, you're just a parent and you just need to put a whole bunch of batteries into toys, well, yeah, I mean, there's absolutely almost no reason to spend more money on the Panasonic Eneloops, and you really should just go for the BONAI or other batteries like this, because in general, indoors, they might actually last a little bit longer. You're not going to be really using these outside. And sometimes, let's say, for example, somebody tosses the batteries by mistake. Well, if somebody tosses one of these BONAI batteries out, thinking it's a non-rechargeable battery, it's not going to be as big of a hit to your wallet as if, let's say, for example, somebody throws out an Eneloop battery by mistake. So these I kind of look at, so the Eneloops, I look at it as an investment and as a tool, and I generally only keep these with my camera equipment. I don't actually try to use these, and why I bought more of the BONAI batteries. And the BONAI batteries I basically use as backups, or let's say, for example, for around the house. And I almost view these as disposables because price-wise, I mean, you can get them for almost as cheap as disposables. However, you can recharge these. And when they do fail, then it's not going to be as big of a hit as these batteries, because you can basically, for the price of a 4-pack of the Eneloops, you can get a 8-pack or a 16-pack of the BONAI batteries. And the cool part about these is, like I said, we do have a pretty good warranty, so they are a big Amazon brand, so you can reach out to them from here and they'll help you address your situation. So hopefully that gives you the information that you need to decide between the Eneloops and the BONAI rechargeable batteries.